Welcome back, guys. This is Hannah,
And this is Cameron.
and we are fighting for the final marriage.
Okay, so guys, we are back with another video. This video will be the first of a series that we're doing, and it is called Conversations Before Consummation. So before you even think about getting on one knee, or before you say I do, or before all that, you got to have these important conversations during your courtship and during your dating life. So that you can make an informed decision on whether you want to marry that person or not. You need to know them, you need to learn them, know everything about them. This is what this is about, to help you dive into that.
So, the reason why this topic or this whole series is important is because you really need to kind of know the person that you're dealing with before getting into a serious committed relationship, especially one that's sealed by a covenant. And so with this first series, chapter of the series being learning how to problem solve, is very important because you're going to have to learn or have to know how to solve problems with this person over and 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 over again. And so if you don't know how to do that with that person, then it becomes very frustrating, not just for you, but for them, for the relationship as a whole, for anybody else connected to the relationship, for anybody around the relationship. It just becomes this big tangled mess.
Also, it's also important because you want to know how that person problem solves, so like you know what you're going to be dealing with in the future. So if your significant other problem solves by fighting, you need to know that today. You need to know that today so that I don't know what you're gonna do if that's what they do, but you need to know.
They problem solve by fighting, and we ain't nothing to talk about. We'll be good.
But yeah, you just need to know how that person problem solves and how they do really all the topics that we're going to cover, so that you can make an informed decision, basically. So we both have came up with scenarios that we're going to share with each other for the first time right now. As the other person answers the scenario or answers what they would do in the scenario, the other person will listen to what they're saying and then kind of analyze their response to learn how their mind works, if that makes sense. So we're just going to do it, and you're going to learn how it works by us doing it. But I'm going to start with my first scenario. So my first scenario is you are in a car dealership. You're trying to buy a car. And you know how they give you to run around and have it at the lot all day, trying to get you to make a purchase or whatever the reason is. You have been at the dealership for 4 hours already. Okay, look, you're tired, you're hungry, food, and you have to go to the bathroom. You go to the bathroom and you hear one of the sales associates that you've been working with in an office nearby. How? I have no clue, but you did. You hear them talking about how they're going to basically give you a runaround and make you pay more than what you guys have already discussed. This is very thought out, by the way. Yeah, so you hear that. You're already frustrated because you've been there all day. You're hungry. You think you're going to get a good deal. He just said you're not. And then you come back out and he's in his office waiting to finish your conversation or waiting to whatever. What do you do?
It's easy for me because I'm just gonna leave. Like I don't have time for that. Like I especially when we're talking about things as far as doing business or just in negotiations with someone. I guess I'm very big on being honest or being fair within reason, you know?
Okay.
And so if I hear something like that, I'm just out. Like, you know, told me everything I need to hear. I ain't got nothing to say with you. Especially, I can go take my money. I can go take my business somewhere else, and I ain't got to deal with that. So
you wouldn't say anything to that man?
I ain't got nothing to say to him. That's how you want to raise a business. You run your business like that. You want to get my business.
And you already put in all that time.
Hey, look, I don't know how to say it, but it's a theory called. It's a theory. Oh, I learned it in college. Of course, I learned it in college. But it's a theory saying that you can't count time wasted for something, right? So basically, say like you're in a line and you go to a line that seems shorter, but however, someone who got into the other line before you, got into the other line after you, gets through before you. Some people would say stay in this line because you already done wasted time in this line. Other people will say go to the other line because it's faster. The smart answer is go to the other line because it's faster. So don't spend wasted energy and time trying to focus on something that's already passed.
Okay.
Go do what's better for you. So in the same situation, I'm not going to spend time or energy on something that's already passed. I can't get that time back. I'm not going to waste more time with him. I'm just going to go somewhere else. It's going to be more beneficial to me. Period.
Okay, so based off of that answer, I believe that, and knowing you, I believe that you are one very like strategic in how you do things and how you handle things, and you're very cut and dry, like black and white. And not with everything, but I guess with stuff like this that you're not like deeply attached to. You can be like, look, it's this or this, that, without having your emotions attached to it. And I think that's a lot of men too, but that's what I get from that as far as problem solving with things that aren't emotional. What else? I think that's the main part of that. So like connecting that to future stuff, I can expect that you'll like deal with things in that same manner. I don't have to like expect that you would, I guess, worry about you fussing somebody out or that you would that you would linger and have conversations or whip your camera out and be like, I caught you, I can trust that camera came home. My husband said he don't care about what you got going on. He coming home, so.
That's just it.
So that's cool.
All right, so my scenario. So you are out with some friends, right?
Okay.
And you and your friends have planned like this little soiree or whatever.
It's my kind of party.
At this some room that you have to pay for or whatever. So you and your friends, it's like 5 of you guys. But in that, you guys run into someone else that you know, and one of your friends who's there, like who's invited, invites the person that you know that wasn't invited. And so now it was 5 of you at first. Now it's 6 of you.
And that person's a girl?
Yeah, it's all girls.
Okay.
Now it's 6 of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the issue is you had planned for 5. So everything you got is for 5 people. So that now it's 6 people. What do you do? Like who? Like, just 6 people. You got just enough food, say y'all doing facials, just enough stuff to do facials for 5 people, enough food, enough drinks for 5 people.
So this is my party.
Yeah, you organized all this.
Oh. That's a good one. Let's see. Be honest. And the 6th person doesn't feel like awkward?
I don't know. I'll just give you the parameters. They tagged along. They say, yeah, I'm coming. Now they in there.
Honestly, like if that were to happen, and considering that it wasn't like an important life event for me, I feel like if it's a life event, my friends, like they wouldn't allow me to do what I really want to do, what I'm gonna do if it's not a life event. If it's not a life event, honestly, like I want everybody to have a good time, and even though like it'll low-key destroy me on the inside, I don't want the whole thing to be awkward or the whole thing to be mean or to be like, I would definitely take the backseat on that, and I would let the sixth person be the fifth person. And maybe like this, depending on what the things are, maybe dibble and dabble with my other friends and share this or share that, which I really feel like my friends wouldn't let me do. They'll be like, we not, but I would try to do that, because I just don't want, that's just too awkward of a situation. And in awkward situations, I tend to bow out, like, y'all got it. My whole thing with gatherings is that I just want to gather. I want to laugh. I want to take pictures. I want to experience the fun. So I can still do that without having the things that, whatever. So yeah, I would do that.
That's interesting. But yeah, so what I get from that is that exactly what she said, like the material things for Hannah isn't a big issue. The big issue is the memories and the experience of being around other people. So that's her biggest thing when it comes to that. And also, another thing that you can notice that you can pick up from an answer like hers is the fact that she's very selfless and puts others before herself 90% of the time, 99.9% of the time.
Really? 99?
99.
Wow.
Percent of the time. And so,
I didn't notice that. That's a lot.
That's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, so she wants everybody else to have a good time. Which it can be abused and it can be taken as people pleasing. So it's a thin line for those two things. That helps me understand her and helps me to guard her from other people who would take advantage of people like that.
That's awesome. Great analysis. And you don't have to be super deep to do this analysis either. It's like really just drawing what you know and putting it together to formulate an idea. And like their other actions will confirm what you think,
Yeah, and I can say, like, drawing off of what she said, I'm using not just what she said, but also her actions that I've seen to come up with that conclusion.
Right.
Because it's one thing to say something, but it's also another thing to actually do it. Don't believe what they say, believe what they do.
Yeah, because depending on what stage of courtship or dating you're in, they're going to put their best foot forward. So it's easy to not even tell the whole truth in your answer. But like we said, like the rest of their actions should validify